The first thing we're going to cover is UI enhancements. Sugar has revamped the user interface for a more robust look and feel. The improvements include a sharper font and updates to UI elements in dashboards, dashlets, list views, record views, administration, and dark mode. And I'd like to take a second to demonstrate some of those changes. You can see here in the image, the side-by-side subpanels look a lot different. And we're going to look at how we have changed how we interact with those in just a second. So let me see if I can bring those up. Just close that and come back to our renewals console. On the left, we have the newer version, 11.3. On the right, we have the slightly older version, 11.2. The main difference you're going to see here is that they have updated the charts that you're going to see in Sugar Dashlets as well as reports. The colors are a lot different in my calls by month. We're also no longer seeing our legend up here, which is fine. We see a nice legend down here. So that's one little change. They've updated charts. They've added a couple of new chart types. And they have a newer donut chart that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, I don't have a demo of that right now. But if we jump to an account list view, this is where we can see, and you might not be able to see it in my share, but we have a new font. It's a little sharper, a little easier to read. I think it's slightly bigger as well on the left compared to the right. And then we see more of those changes here when we're looking at a detail view. Let's get rid of our intelligence panel over there. Specifically, we saw earlier on the dashboard, the dashlets have rounded edges now, whereas before they were square, everything was square. And before everything kind of ran together, now they're separated. You'll also notice that over here we have the plus sign and the drop downs. These are only visible if you're hovering over the title view. In addition, and this is not new to 11.3, it actually works in 11.2, you can double click on a row, whether in a subpanel or a list view, to edit it. And I thought that was pretty cool. I wanted to make sure I pointed that out before we move forward, even though it's not necessarily new to 11.3. So I think it looks a lot nicer. I hope you do too. If you have any feedback, let us know and we'll provide that back to Sugar. Next up on our list, we have some user experience enhancements. The first being document merge improvements. Doc merge is a new tool that was formerly known as WDocs. It allows you to take Sugar data and put it into Word documents, PDF documents, and even PowerPoints. The precursor to this in SugarCRM was their PDF manager, which was a little bit dated, and Doc Merge is just a lot nicer. And we demoed that previously. But a new action we can do is having Doc Merge actions in Sugar BPMs. So you can have a workflow that will generate documents for you on the fly as you perform certain actions in SugarCRM, which I'm going to demo in just a little bit. A couple of other Doc Merge improvements. They have a file compatibility check. You used to be able to upload any file you wanted. Now it's going to make sure you actually are uploading a document. So a little bit of quality of life improvement there. Document template file type labels. So before, when you were selecting a template, you kind of had to guess which template you were selecting. Now you can see whether you're choosing a Word document, a PowerPoint, or a PDF. And there is an enhancement to help you generate the templates for Doc Merge. It lets you copy as table. It's a copy as table button. So if you're looking at an account and you want to pull in all of the related contacts, you can, within the template helper, just select a button that says copy as table, and that will let you then create that in your template a lot easier. There is a focus drawer improvement where you can now browse through list views. essentially put the up and down arrow into the focus drawer, which I'll demonstrate in a little bit. We used to have this where you could just in the record view go left and right. Now it's up and down in the focus drawer, and it's really nice. We use it every week in our case review meetings. The focus drawer is now also available in more places. It used to be you'd be looking at, let's say, the name of an account, and you didn't have the little boxes to open the focus drawer. They're adding that in more places. Places like the purchase history dashlet and the email and message cards in the timeline dashlet. We also now have persistent list view, column order, and subpanel layout. So a user can log into SugarCRM, and under the account detail view, for example, they can change the order of the subpanels there. They can also go to their account list view and change what order their fields in the list view are in. That used to be stored in the browser cache, but I'm sure you've all had to clear your browser cache at some point or another to fix a bug with a website, and then you'd lose those things. So now that type of data is stored in the database, so you won't lose it if you are clearing your browser cache. There's another simple function, a nice quality of life improvement, where you can restore the default layout for the renewals console. And now that dreaded loading alert, which sometimes got stuck on the screen, all of those alerts now have an X you can click on to just remove it. And I'm hoping I can demo that now if I have any that get stuck. So let's go ahead and jump into SugarCRM. I'm going to bring up SugarCRM again here. I'm going to go to my next tab. First, we're going to look at the doc merge process definition. I have an account doc merge process definition here. I'm going to go ahead and quickly design it. Here you can see I have an account is created or modified, just a very basic start condition. If it's new or updated, I want to run my process definition. Then we have this new action type of doc merge. And if I click on the settings, I can choose what my document template is, and I can doc merge to PDF. So if normally it would create a Word document, I can say, let's not do that. Let's just create a PDF. You have that option here. Very simple. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that. And then we just lead into an end. So I'm going to jump back to my account here, X Holdings, and I'm going to refresh my subpanels here. And if I scroll down, you'll notice I don't have any documents. But if I come up here, edit, and let's say just add a tag for a doc and save this, it's now going to run that process definition. And if I click my subpanel refresh button here, let's hope it's already occurred. Nope. We'll run back up and refresh list. It does take a few seconds to generate a document. Now here we have it. You'll see documents, Excel holdings. We have a file. I can now click that account with contact. It's going to download that and save as. I can save that, open it up, and now I have my nice template. So I think it's pretty cool. We can now generate documents with a workflow. Right? Exiting that. I'm going to come back to my account list view. The next thing I'm going to demo is this focus drawer. Whenever you see this icon, these three squares, three rectangles, if I click on this, it's going to open the focus drawer. You can do this from list views. You can do it from subpanels. You can do it from a number of other places as well. What's new is this up and down view, which I think is pretty cool. Like I said, we use this every Monday morning for our case review meetings. And you've got your timeline here. You have a comment log. We use all of this for our case review meetings. You can modify these views however you see fit to work best for you. And that's what we've done, and we like it a lot. Let's see if I can get the last item to occur. The last thing to do is you'll see here we have an X on my loading. I can exit that. Whenever we have a loading icon, I can exit it. So you no longer have alerts getting stuck. And it's not just loading, it's any alert will now have that X that we can X out of. All right, let's see if we can jump back to PowerPoint and go to our next slide.